The Pixel 11 Pro XL is a big investment, and the wrong case can create a frustrating trade-off. Either you get serious protection and end up carrying a bulky brick, or you go slim and start worrying about every drop. So today, we're comparing 5 very different cases to find out which one actually makes the most sense. From budget protection to premium designs, these 5 cases target completely different buyers. And the most expensive option isn't automatically the best one. At number 5 is FNTCASE. If you want an affordable protective case for the Google Pixel 11 Pro XL that combines built-in screen protection with a more rugged design, FNTCASE is an interesting place to start. The case is specifically listed for the Pixel 11 Pro XL's 6.8-inch size, and current online pricing found for the model is around $11, although prices can change depending on the seller and promotions. The first thing that makes FNTCASE interesting is the integrated screen protector. Instead of buying a separate protector and trying to line it up perfectly with the display, the protector is built directly into the case. That's a small convenience, but it can make installation much easier. It also means you get protection against everyday scratches, scuffs, and minor impacts without adding another accessory to your shopping list. The case also has a translucent matte magnetic back, so if you're already using magnetic accessories, you don't necessarily have to give up that convenience just because you're buying a protective case. It's a more understated design too, which should appeal to people who don't want an overly aggressive rugged look. Now here's where things get interesting. A current product listing identifies the Pixel 11 Pro XL version with military-grade drop protection rated at 14 feet. That's a useful level of advertised protection for everyday accidents, especially if your phone spends a lot of time in a backpack, at work, or in your hands while you're moving around. However, there is a catch. Another Amazon-linked listing shows a Pixel 11 Pro XL version of an FNTCASE model with a built-in kickstand and a 20-foot drop protection claim. But the available listings don't clearly establish that those specifications belong to exactly the same configuration. So I wouldn't buy this case based on the 20-foot number alone. That's actually one of the biggest concerns with FNTCASE right now: configuration confusion. Different listings can combine multiple phone models and related specifications, so you need to double-check that you're selecting the exact Pixel 11 Pro XL version before ordering. Still, at around the budget end of the market, FNTCASE has a lot going for it. You get an integrated screen protector, magnetic functionality, and advertised drop protection without spending a lot of money. If your goal is simply to get solid everyday protection at a low price, FNTCASE makes sense. But if you want a more established premium case with better documented specifications, the next options are worth paying attention to. At number 4 is TORRAS Q3 Air now. We're moving into a completely different category. If you want a premium Pixel 11 Pro XL case that combines protection with a genuinely useful stand, the TORRAS Q3 Air is one of the more interesting options here. Current listings put the price at roughly $66, making it significantly more expensive than FNTCASE. So what are you actually paying for? The biggest attraction is the built-in rotating stand. The Q3 Air uses a stand that rotates through 360 degrees, giving you much more flexibility than a basic kickstand. You can position the phone for watching videos, joining a video call, reading, or working at a desk. It can also function as a grip, which is especially useful because the Pixel 11 Pro XL is a large phone. And here's the part I like. The stand isn't just there for occasional movie watching. Think about using your phone while cooking, following a recipe, taking a video call at your desk, watching something during a flight, checking a document while working. Those are situations where a good integrated stand can genuinely change how convenient the phone feels. TORRAS says the stand on its current Q3 Air product page has been tested through more than 30,000 opening and closing cycles. That's useful context, because a stand is only valuable if the mechanism continues working after repeated daily use. Protection is another major focus. TORRAS describes the Q3 Air as using an air cushioning structure designed to absorb impact. The Pixel 11 Pro XL listing also highlights its shock-resistant Air Pro cushion technology. Raised areas around the display and camera are designed to help prevent direct contact with surfaces. Android Central also describes the Pixel 11 Pro XL version as a lightweight option with shock-resistant construction and a magnetic rotating ring. But sounds great, so what's the catch? Price. At roughly $66, this is considerably more expensive than a basic Pixel case. If you're simply looking for something to prevent scratches and handle the occasional small drop, spending this much may not make sense. It's also not designed to be the most heavily armored case you can buy. If you're constantly outdoors, hiking, working around hard surfaces, or simply want maximum rugged protection, a heavier-duty design may be more appropriate. But for someone who wants a premium everyday experience, the Q3 Air makes a strong argument. You get protection, a useful rotating stand, magnetic functionality, and a relatively lightweight design without turning the Pixel into an oversized rugged device. If your priority is convenience and premium everyday usability, TORRAS is much easier to justify than its price initially suggests. At number 3 is DEERLAMN Case. Now, if you're the kind of person who wants your case to do almost everything, DEERLAMN takes a very different approach. This is a rugged, feature-heavy case designed for people who care more about protection and convenience than maintaining the thinnest possible profile. There is one important clarification, though. The current indexed listings I could verify are for the Pixel 10 Pro XL version of this design, rather than a separately verified Pixel 11 Pro XL listing. So the approximately $12 price you may see should be treated as a reference rather than a confirmed Pixel 11 Pro XL price. The standout feature is the sliding camera cover. That's something you don't see on every case. When the camera isn't being used, the slider physically covers the lenses. If your phone regularly goes into a pocket, backpack, or bag with other objects, that extra physical barrier can be reassuring. The case also includes a tempered glass screen protector and raised 1.8mm screen lips. So, instead of protecting just the back and corners, the design tries to cover multiple vulnerable areas at once. Protection is clearly the main theme here. Verified listings describe dual-layer TPU and PC construction, reinforced corners, and military-standard drop protection rated for drops up to 8 feet. Then there's the rotating metal ring. It works as a grip, but it also doubles as a kickstand, supporting 2 viewing orientations for hands-free use. And because there's a metal patch on the back, the case can attach to compatible magnetic car mounts. For someone who drives regularly, that combination is pretty practical. You can mount the phone in the car, use the ring for extra grip, and prop it up when you're watching something. But this is where the major warning comes in. The metal ring prevents wireless charging, according to multiple listings. If you already use a wireless charging pad every night, that could become a daily annoyance. You may end up removing the case every time you want to charge, which defeats part of the convenience you're buying it for. There is also mixed real-world feedback on the same design. Some owners praise the camera slider, protection, and stand, while others have reported issues with the kickstand over time. So DEERLAMN isn't for everyone. It's for the buyer who says, "I want protection first, and I'm willing to sacrifice some convenience to get it." If you don't use wireless charging and want camera protection, a stand, and rugged construction in one case, it's an interesting option. But if wireless charging is part of your daily routine, I'd move on. At number 2 is SPIDERCASE Magnetic now. We're getting into one of the more interesting combinations on this list. The SPIDERCASE Magnetic case is designed for the Pixel 11 Pro XL with 3 priorities in mind: protection, magnetic accessories, and hands-free use. The listed price is approximately $19, although the current price for this exact model could not be independently verified from a reliable product page. The first major feature is the integrated foldable stand. The case is described as using an aerospace-grade aluminum stand that supports portrait and landscape viewing, along with conference calls and other hands-free situations. That means this isn't simply a case with a little piece of plastic sticking out the back. You could use it on a desk during a video call, you could put it in landscape mode for streaming, you could stand it vertically while reading, and when you're done, the stand folds away instead of requiring a separate accessory. That's a useful difference. Then there's the magnetic system. According to the supplied product listing, SPIDERCASE has a built-in magnetic ring designed to align with magnetic chargers and accessories. It is described as being compatible with magnetic car mounts, wireless power banks, and magnetic wallets. If you've already built a magnetic accessory setup around your phone, that's important. You don't have to attach a separate ring to the case just to make your accessories work. But here's the catch. The advertised specifications are stronger than the independent information currently available for this exact model. The listing claims a tough PC back, flexible rubber bumpers, reinforced corners, and 360-degree impact-dispersing airbag construction. It also claims military drop testing up to 12 feet, along with 1.5mm raised protection around the camera and screen. Those are manufacturer or product listing claims. They weren't independently verified for this exact Pixel 11 Pro XL version, and that's why I wouldn't automatically rank SPIDERCASE above a better established case just because the feature list looks impressive. Still, if the advertised specifications match the product you receive, the overall package is compelling. You're getting a magnetic case, built-in stand, reinforced protection, and raised camera and screen protection at a price around the $20 range. That's a lot of functionality for relatively little money. The bigger question is whether you're comfortable buying from a product with limited, independently verified information. For buyers who prioritize features and value, SPIDERCASE is attractive. For buyers who prioritize long-term brand reputation and documented durability, I'd be more cautious. And that's exactly why it lands at number 2, rather than automatically taking the top spot. And now number 1 is Oneagle Wallet Case. And now we get to the most different case on the list. The Oneagle Wallet Case isn't trying to be the thinnest case, the most minimalist case, or even the most premium-looking case. Its entire concept is simple. Turn the Pixel 11 Pro XL into more of an all-in-one everyday carry. The supplied product information describes it as a wallet case with integrated card storage, a built-in kickstand, and heavy-duty protection. The approximate price is around $21, although I couldn't independently verify the current price or exact Oneagle listing through reliable web sources. The biggest attraction is obviously the wallet functionality. According to the product information, the integrated card compartment is designed to hold 4 to 5 cards plus a small amount of cash. For some people, that is genuinely useful. Imagine leaving the house for a quick coffee. Instead of taking your phone, wallet, and other essentials separately, you have the phone and cards together. It's also practical for commuting or travel when you want to minimize what you're carrying. The case also claims RFID blocking protection. That's designed to help reduce unauthorized scanning of compatible cards. Now, I wouldn't buy this case solely because of that claim, especially since I couldn't independently verify the RFID performance. But as part of the overall wallet concept, it makes sense. Then there's the metal kickstand. The supplied specifications describe a multi-angle stand designed for hands-free viewing, video calls, and web browsing. It reportedly has been tested through more than 10,000 uses. Again, that's a manufacturer claim rather than an independently verified test result. The textured exterior is also designed to improve grip, which is useful when you're carrying a large phone with a wallet compartment attached. And protection hasn't been ignored. The product information describes a 3-layer protective frame with X-Shock corner airbags, a cushioned bumper, and a hard back panel. It also claims the construction can reduce drop impact by more than 96%. But once again, that 96% figure is a manufacturer claim, not something I could independently verify. And that's the biggest weakness of Oneagle. The feature list is impressive, but there isn't enough reliable independent information about this exact Pixel 11 Pro XL model to confidently judge its long-term durability. So who is this really for? It's for someone who values convenience over minimalism. If you want your phone, cards, cash, and kickstand functionality in one package, Oneagle has a clear purpose. But if you prefer a slim case, use a separate wallet, or want a case from a brand with a stronger established track record, this probably isn't the direction I'd take. The important thing is knowing what you're buying. You're not buying a minimalist phone case, you're buying an all-in-one carry solution. And for the right person, that's a much more useful upgrade. So now we've seen 5 very different approaches, and this is where the buying decision gets harder. FNTCASE is the budget play. It gives you built-in screen protection, magnetic functionality, and advertised drop protection without demanding much money. But the exact configuration needs to be checked carefully. TORRAS is the premium everyday option. It costs more, but the rotating stand, lightweight design, and shock protection make it easier to justify for someone who uses their Pixel throughout the day. DEERLAMN is the rugged choice, but the wireless charging limitation is a serious trade-off. SPIDERCASE offers a lot of features for the money, especially if you want magnetic accessories and a built-in stand, but its exact specifications are harder to independently verify. And Oneagle is the convenience option. It makes the most sense if you actually want your case to replace your wallet. So don't just ask, which case is best? Ask, which problem am I trying to solve? Because the best case for a commuter may be completely wrong for someone who spends weekends outdoors. And the best rugged case may be incredibly annoying for someone who charges wirelessly every night. If I had to narrow this entire list down, I'd start with the TORRAS Q3 Air for the best overall everyday experience. It's the most balanced option here for someone who wants protection without excessive bulk. Plus, the rotating stand gives you a feature you'll actually use rather than something that simply looks impressive on a product page. For the best budget option, FNTCASE is the obvious one to consider. The price is dramatically lower, and you still get an integrated screen protector, magnetic functionality, and advertised drop protection. Just make sure you're ordering the exact Pixel 11 Pro XL configuration, and don't assume specifications from another FNTCASE model apply to yours. For maximum rugged functionality, DEERLAMN is worth considering if wireless charging isn't important to you. The camera slider, screen protection, reinforced construction, and kickstand give it a lot of practical coverage. If magnetic accessories and a built-in stand are your priorities, SPIDERCASE is one of the more interesting value options. And if you want to carry fewer things, Oneagle's wallet design makes the most sense. The key is simple. Don't buy based on the longest feature list. Buy the case that fits how you actually use your Pixel 11 Pro XL. If you want to check the latest prices, availability, and exact Pixel 11 Pro XL versions of these cases, I've put the relevant links below. Prices can change, and some listings have multiple phone variants, so double-check the model before ordering. That small step can save you from buying the wrong case.